Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mariah, and on this channel we make videos talking about all things real estate related. So if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell. But today we are talking about something that I believe that is important for everyone to know about, whether you are a home buyer or a home seller, and that is pricing strategy. So something I get asked often as a real estate agent is, how do you guys come up with home prices? How do realtors come up with home values? And without getting too into it, I'm just gonna share the 3 strategies that you can go with. And by the end of the video, you're definitely gonna know which one is the best, or ones are the best. The first one that we're gonna talk about is overpricing the property. So we have been in a hot seller's market for quite some time, as I'm sure you all know. We've had extremely low inventory, more buyers than sellers, and because of that, home sellers have been able to get away with pricing their properties higher than what the comparables, the comps might suggest, than what a realtor might suggest, higher than what it maybe looks like the home should sell. So we're able to list a home and we think, oh, it's a little overpriced, and it still sells. We've been able to do that, but there are some home sellers, and I just showed a house yesterday where this was the case, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute, but there are some home sellers where this is the case, where they aren't just like a little bit over what we think it would sell for. They go way over, and they really try to overprice it. And usually what they say is, we just want to start high and see what will happen, or we're just not very motivated, or we don't really care if it sells or how fast it sells. We don't have to move, so we just want to like start super high and just see what happens. But as a realtor, okay, I want you to walk away with the most amount of money possible if I'm representing you as a home seller, because that's my job, and that's, in your best interest, and that's what I want. But I truly, from my experience and from what I've seen, do not believe that it is in your best interest to start a property like really, really high just to see what will happen. Because what happens when you do that, when you way overprice it, is it sits on the market, and you end up having to do price reductions, sometimes multiple price reductions. And the reason you don't want a house to sit on the market, especially in a market like this, where if it's on the market for, any amount of time, someone's like, what's wrong with it? Why isn't it sold? So the reason you don't want it to sit on the market for a long amount of time is because that's when it really hurts you as a home seller. That's when home buyers start to assume there's something wrong with it. They start to assume they can get a deal. They just decide they are not going to pay that much for it because it's been on market so long and they don't have to. It just really, really doesn't help you, especially in this type of market when things should be selling quickly, and that's the norm. Basically what I'm trying to say is, it really just doesn't help you as a home seller when you way overprice it just to see what will happen, because you really want to avoid price reductions, and you really want to avoid like a long days on market. You want a short days on market. All right, so that's the first strategy, and that's the one that I and pretty much any realtor would tell you that you should avoid. Actually, not pretty much any realtor. I lied. There are a lot of realtors out there who will try to like win the listing by basically just like giving you, oh my gosh, what is my hair doing? Okay, there are a lot of realtors out there who will just try to like win the listing by just telling you whatever you want to hear, or by giving you the highest price for your property, and then you'll go with them because you think they're gonna sell it for the highest price, but that's really not how it works, and usually that's like not an experienced agent that you want to go with. So way number 2 that you can price a property, and this is one I think it's important for home buyers to know about especially, is underpricing. So it is not common for me as a realtor to be showing a house and have the buyer tell me, especially seasoned buyers who really like know their stuff, they've been seeing everything on the market, they really know like what things are selling for in their price range. It's not it's a common thing for me to be showing a buyer a house and it's a little bit underpriced, and the buyer will recognize. They'll be like, this house is, say it's listed for the upper 4s. It's listed in the upper 400,000s, and it looks like it's just based off of everything else we're seeing, this house should totally be selling for like the mid 5s or lower 5s or whatever. It's not like drastically underpriced, but it's definitely underpriced and you can notice it a little bit, like just a little bit. So when that happens, sellers will intentionally do that, especially in this type of market when it's competitive and they know they can, because they are trying to get a bidding war. They know they're gonna get a bidding war, and they do. And that's what happens. And we've done this before with sellers. It works out really well. You see buyers writing offers on houses when that's the case, going way over asking, having, going over appraisal value and all of that. So that is the second strategy to look out for if home pricing is underpricing it just a little bit. And then thirdly, the last pricing strategy is simply just pricing it at fair market value, pricing it at the price that the comps suggest. And if you want more information on that, if you're not quite sure, you're like, what is the comp? What does that mean? I have other videos on it, or you can just, shoot me an email or send me a message. I'd love to get back to you with like a further explanation on that if you're not sure what a comp is. But just to keep it short, just simply pricing it out what the comp suggests, and that's probably the best pricing strategy, I would say. But there you have it. Those are the 3 pricing strategies that you're gonna see. And also, just to add, if you're a home buyer in this market, things have definitely cooled off. It's not at all as crazy as it was 6 months ago, or even a few months ago. It was a lot more competitive, but we are still usually seeing multiple offers, even if things aren't underpriced, even if they're just priced at market value. So just a little insight on that. With all of that being said, if you are thinking about buying or selling a home in Salem, Oregon, or anywhere in the surrounding areas, I would love to work with you. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home and you don't live in Salem, Oregon, or the surrounding areas, if you don't even live in Oregon, maybe you live like across the country or even across the world, reach out still. I would love to answer any and all of your real estate questions, and I would love to get you set up with a solid realtor in your area and help work with them to give you a smooth transaction no matter where in the world you live. We're able to do that. So shoot me an email. I'll put my email address down below, and I'll see you guys next time.